Today, we are going to be talking about Rihanna's husband, ASAP Rocky, pardon me, because ASAP Rocky is the perfect example of how to have the most shit album rollout of all time. Because there's practically no rollout, because that's how non existent it has felt like for the past couple of years. Guys, I've only been in hip hop for the past 5 years since 2020, and ever since I've been listening to hip hop music, he still hasn't dropped an album. That's a problem. That is concerning. It has been since 2018 since this guy has dropped an album. And this guy has gone years and years and years of dropping single after single after single after single. ASAP Rocky might as well win an award for being a professional liar, gaslighter, and maybe the rapper with the most duds for singles. It's true. Alright, let's just go down the list of how many singles this guy has dropped, and in my opinion, were just complete flops or no one cared about. A lot of these rappers, what they do is they drop a lot of singles, or they just keep dropping singles until they find that hit, until they get a hit, until they get a hit. And when they get a hit, they'll drop the album. And unfortunately for A$AP Rocky's case, that just hasn't happened, right? He has dropped Riot. I don't know if you guys remember when he dropped Riot in 2023, right? He had a whole music video for everything. And I remember people were like, he's gonna drop the album soon. This is it. This is the first single for the album. And then nothing happened from that. Then he dropped Hijack, dropped in 2024. We're like, holy shit, I think he's actually gonna do it. And then I think they announced it was gonna drop in September or July of last year, I remember. And it got delayed. Dropped Taylor Swift. That also went nowhere. Ruby Rosary. That one apparently was featuring J. Cole. I didn't even know that dropped. I literally checked his profile. That was a single that dropped last year. And Pray for the Game, which released literally like a week ago or two. Apple Music exclusive. Failed to chart on the top 200 on the Apple Music charts. But yeah, so far, A$AP Rocky is just taking L after L after L because none of these singles have really performed that well. Not well enough for him to drop an album, because this album just is never going to drop unless he has a hit. I'm just going to tell you this right now. He's not going to drop an album unless he has a hit track. It's just not going to happen. And with that given rate, I just don't think this album's ever going to drop, because it just feels like this guy's never going to find a hit. And in my opinion, it's just inevitable. If he does drop, the album will flop. It's gonna flop because people just don't care about A$AP Rocky anymore. Everyone on Twitter is literally just clowning him for just being a complete joke. No one takes him seriously because this guy just constantly lies, constantly deceives his fans of when he's gonna drop an album, and it just ends up never dropping an album. And in my opinion, it is completely on him. It is just his fault for why his career has went the way it does. I understand that he's already established his career. He's successful in that degree. Awesome. People are still tuning in whether or not you're going to drop music or not. And when you don't really treat your fans with respect, people are not going to treat you with respect and stop tuning in. And when people stop tuning in, the sales will reflect on what is popping and what is not. It will reflect. It will reflect on what people care about and what they don't care about. And if the numbers are poor, it just shows you that people don't care anymore. And people simply just don't care about A$AP Rocky anymore these days. It's 2025. He hasn't dropped the album in 7 years. He's not Travis Scott, because when Travis Scott waited damn near fucking 6 years, people were really dying to hear Utopia. But do people care what A$AP Rocky's album's gonna be? No. People don't even know what the title of the album's gonna be. Is it Don't Be Dumb? That's what it's called? I barely even know it. I guarantee a lot of diehard Rocky fans barely even know what it's gonna be called. Because people just don't care. When you continuously lie over again, people slowly just lose interest. And when they do tune into some of these singles, some of them suck. Like Taylor Swift wasn't great. Pray for the Game sucked. That was awful. That song was terrible. Casey carried, but even that wasn't enough. And people were surprised why he's failing. I'm not surprised. This guy doesn't care. There's lack of care, lack of quality, lack of consistency. That's what I feel like. If he doesn't care, why should I care about an album from A$AP Rocky, right? Look, when he drops an album, I will absolutely tune in, but I just don't think he's gonna drop an album ever again. At this rate, I just don't see it happening, because this guy doesn't want to drop because he's scared of flop, in my opinion. Because this happens with a lot of rappers. And when Polo G was gonna drop his album, he dropped single after single after single after single until he can get a hit before Hood Poet, and he didn't get one. And look how Hood Poet performed. It did horrible. It bombed. It flopped, right? And that's gonna same thing's gonna happen to A$AP Rocky. Rappers do this over and over again. Every single time when they're about to drop an album, they're like, hey, no one really cares about me right now. Let me drop a single. Let's hope it can be a hit. leading into the album to build some hype, and then they get no hit, and it's just like, oh shit. They're like, okay, let me drop another single, and another single, and another single, and then they realize that they're not hot anymore. No one cares, and they're like, fuck it, let's just drop an album, and then it bombs, it flops, and they're shocked. It's like, don't be shocked. No one cares about you anymore, right? In my opinion, A$AP Rocky's only hope to get an album to drop and have a successful hit leading into the album is, ironically enough, his wife, Rihanna. Actually, I don't even think they're married, but fuck it, I'm just gonna call her his wife. Basically, Rihanna is A$AP Rocky's last hope, in my opinion. Why? Rihanna is a global megastar. Everyone knows who Rihanna is. Let's just be honest. She's got like, I think, close to 100 million monthly listeners on Spotify. I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure that's pretty close to the truth of it. And in my opinion, she is his only hope. Why? Because everyone likes Rihanna. Everyone tunes in for Rihanna. She's huge. She's pretty much retired because she hasn't dropped an album since like 2016, so it's been almost 10 years now. No one expects her to be active, but when she does drop, people always usually tune in. And if there's one thing I know is that she can probably say A$AP Rocky's dead career at this point, because this guy has dropped absolutely fuck all at this point. And none of them have really been commercially successful. Doesn't matter if they're good. No one cares to listen to it, right? Hijack, in my opinion, was the best single he's released from like all the five I talked about. And in my opinion, this is only hope is his wife. If he could get a song with Rihanna, the song is easily charting on the top 20, at least on the Hot 100, and it could be a hit. If they do right promo, get a music video too, it will chart on the top 10 on the Hot 100. A$AP Rocky featuring Rihanna will chart on the Hot 100 if it would happen. Get a music video, build a lot of promo for that, tell people to go pre-save the link on Spotify or whatever, and then just tune in and then announce it like 2 weeks before you drop it, whatever. Get people excited. It will do good. It will do good. Get Rihanna to post it on her Instagram and everything like that. She has a lot of fans and everything like that. It would perform well. Let's just be honest. Rihanna is a significant bigger star than A$AP Rocky, right? So Rihanna is literally A$AP Rocky's last hope, in my opinion, to get himself reignited, to get some steam on him, because right now it is a lost cause. His album's not dropping anytime soon. Why? Because he can't find a hit. He can't find a hit leading up to this next album that people don't even know what the title's going to be called. No one cares about this album. People just want this guy to drop, but he just doesn't. And it's just like, at this point, who cares anymore? I don't care. You probably don't care. The A$AP Rocky fans, the diehards, whatever, kind of don't care either. And it's just like, we're ready to just move on. I mean, a lot of people already moved on. Like, I'm not saying we're ready to move on. We already moved on. I'm just saying that the general consensus is this guy has fallen off. No one cares anymore. And we just want the music, and if you don't give it to us, people will just move on, and your numbers will reflect that people just don't care anymore. And Rihanna is A$AP Rocky's last hope.